This is DJ Dr. Chris.
And it's your favorite nurse practitioner, Bree.
Today I'm going to be talking about sleep.
And I'm going to be talking about sleep paralysis.
Ooh, okay, good. And after that, we'll pop open a bottle and see what comes out. Are you ready?
I'm so excited.
Let's get it started. Okay, Bree, what's going on?
I am in the Jersey Shore. It is not what I thought it was going to be, but I was like, hey, Chris, we should totally do a podcast from here. So I'm up here. It's really pretty, actually. We have great weather going on right now. And I actually saw where the Jersey Shore cast is, their old house was. There's a big Italian flag painted on the garage.
Mm-hmm.
So started drinking a little earlier today. So popping bottles might actually be a little different than what it usually is.
I actually met Snooki. I used to live in Miami.
You met Snooki?
Yeah. And I'll tell you, she's shorter in person. She's a camera.
I was like, because she's little.
Yeah, I was at this bar in Miami, and she was surrounded by these 6'6" bouncers, and she was at their knees.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Not bouncers, I guess security guards. So,
bouncers.
Anyways, do you want me to start my rehab corner, or you want to get started?
You can start and just define sleep, and then I will move into the daily or weekly BS and Bree.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to talk about sort of all the negatives of sleep and then some recommendations for sleep. So before I start this, I want to just give some credit where credit's due. A lot of this information I got is from Matt Walker, who is an expert neuroscientist who studies sleep. He did an awesome TED Talk on this, and I'll link to that in the show notes. Okay, so back when I was an undergrad, I was a psych student actually back then. I learned that sleep was not that important. They were like, yeah, you don't die from lack of sleep, and you can catch up in sleep. Doesn't seem to be that important. And all the stuff that's coming out now is that couldn't be more wrong. It is devastating what happens when you don't get sleep. So it can, if you have 4 or 5 hours of sleep chronically, it can affect your endocrine system, your cardiovascular system, immune system. It even can affect your DNA, memory, all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to start breaking some of this down. Well, first off, we have to point out that we are the only species on the planet that intentionally deprives ourselves of sleep. I don't know why it is. It has something to do with productivity and the stigma.
Chris,
yes?
I have to interject because I do not deprive myself of sleep. I am probably the only adult that is 34 in America that makes herself take at least a 30 to 45-minute nap on a daily basis.
Okay, good.
Sleep is good.
Do you feel like you need a 30 to 45-minute nap? Is there a reason for that? Are you not getting...
I just feel like sleep is fun. And you just lay in your bed and you cuddle with your dogs and you just have your pillow and you just take a nap. It's probably because I still act like a child sometimes.
But how much sleep are you getting? Good, 7 to 8 hours a night?
Yes, I go to bed about 9 o'clock.
Okay, good. So you're doing it better than most.
And I sleep to 7. Yes.
Excellent.
I do.
Keep it up. Keep up the good work.
You can finish your TED Talk, but right now I just want to let you know.
So anyways, there's definitely a stigma of laziness around people who sleep normal hours, right? So, so we need to do away with that. That's antiquated. Anyways, so one study, so going to the endocrine system, men who slept regularly for only 4 to 5 hours had the testosterone levels of someone 10 years older than them. So in other words, lack of sleep chronically can age you by 10 years. That's kind of crazy. It also increases cortisol, which is the stress hormone, which causes weight gain. All right, that's a big no-no. And then cortisol has an effect on our cardiovascular system. So here's a pretty cool study. So every year, 1.6 million people unknowingly take place in an epidemiologic study with time change, right? So in spring, we lose an hour, winter gain an hour. So every spring, when the time change occurs, we lose an hour, the next day, of that 1.6 million population that does the time change, there's a 24% increase in heart attack. And then in winter, when we gain an hour, it flip-flops. There's a decrease by 21%. It's kind of wild. So that's cortisol effects on the cardiovascular system. And then the immune system, lack of sleep can affect the natural killer cells. So you remember the Matrix, right?
Yes.
Those agents, those are like natural killer cells. They're just like badasses in the immune system. So even one night of only 4 hours of sleep can decrease the activity of those natural killer cells by 70%. And these are the cells that will kill tumor cells, by the way. And so the World Health Organization has now listed nighttime shift work as a possible carcinogen because it's that bad. All right, you want me to keep going? I can keep going. So DNA can...
You don't have to keep going. I believe that. I strongly believe that sleep helps cure a lot of stuff.
Yeah. It affects DNA. So genes are upregulated or downregulated by whatever kind of stresses you put into your body.
Well, apparently when Michael and I have babies, my genes are going to be very strong because I sleep more than he does.
There may be some truth to that. So because lack of sleep can upregulate the tumors, the genes that promote tumor growth and inflammation.
That's what I need to know.
Yeah. So basically nothing is left untouched by lack of sleep. And we know it affects memory. Then there's sleep apnea. There's a whole other thing I can get into. I'll save that probably for another podcast.
I was like, we save that for maybe next week. We can continue sleep because I have a lot to say about sleep apnea. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's super common, by the way. So what to do? You need to sleep in really cold, much colder than most people think temperature. So you're supposed to, the recommendation is to bring it down to 65.
Hang on. Before you say your recommendation, what do you have your thermostat on at your house?
Currently or in the evenings?
When you sleep?
65.
I have mine on 68.
Well, that's good. That's better than most. Most people, like my parents, sleep at 75. I go there and sweat. I don't get it.
No, I can't be hot when I go to sleep.
No, I hate that. So 65 is the recommendation because you have to, your whole body, your core temperature is going to drop by 2 degrees for your brain to knock out, basically. Another recommendation is change rooms. So if you are having difficulty falling asleep and you're in your bed, they say get up and change rooms, go sleep somewhere else, because the mind is so associative that if you're chronically awake in your room, it's going to pair that, and it's going to be harder for you to fall asleep in your room. All right. So there's the blue light thing, right? So coming from their cell phones, a lot of people are staring at their phones before they go to bed. It's terrible. That basically upsets the whole circadian rhythm thing. Sleeping pills, alcohol, or blunt instruments that knock you out are not good for your quality of sleep.
My hand is raised.
We all do.
We drink wine. I mean, hell, this fucking podcast is about wine.
Yeah. We're talking about ideals here. So
for the rest of America, please do drink wine before you go to bed, or 2 bottles I do.
And cheers to that. All right, so that's what I have for recommendations. There's others too. There's something called Chili Pad, which I haven't bought yet, but I really want to, which is like a chilled blanket you can sleep on.
Oh yeah. I talked about that, about losing weight. Remember, I had a little. My segment was talking about having a chilled. If you sleep, can you lose weight? If you have a chilling blanket, it's supposed to decrease your body temperature, and it's supposed to help you burn fat.
Yes, and so if you go back to the section about cortisol, right? So lack of sleep increases cortisol, and it makes you gain weight. And I did read somewhere that lack of sleep will decrease oxidation of fat. I think it's related to the cortisol. So it's all connected, as we know. So I'll stop there. What do you have on sleep paralysis?
Do you want to come to my section of your weekly BS?
Yes, let's do it.
Well, guys, if you haven't noticed already, Bree, your favorite nurse practitioner, is slightly tipsy. So this week is going to be really fun. So I decided to continue my segment of sleep with Chris, along with Chris, is sleep paralysis. So sleep paralysis, and I have experienced this myself, is a temporary inability to move or speak while falling asleep or upon wakening. Sleep paralysis most often occurs in people who have narcolepsy or sleep apnea, but it can affect anyone. So I will just say, when I experienced this when I was a teenager, and then adulthood, I've experienced it under a lot of stress. So it feels like literally your eyes are open, but your body can't move. And it's the scariest thing on the face of this planet. So like I'll lay in the bed and I'll like, oh, get up. And then nothing happens. And then you're like, wait a minute, why is nothing happening? So then I totally freak out and I start going into all these circles. So then I just start praying because I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a demon inside my house. And like it just goes down this rabbit hole. But no, there's a medical explanation for it. It is because my mind is probably running a million miles an hour and I hadn't had the ability to catch up. My body is still asleep because it's still exhausted from whatever I've done for the day. But my mind is saying, let's go, let's start today. So that is pretty much why people have sleep paralysis. I know there are different things to treat it. There are doctors, you can see like a neurologist or a sleep doctor. They will help you. The main thing to treat if it's very severe and it's inhibiting you from daily functions in life is you can go to the bed at the same time every night. You need to have an environment that is free of distractions, and you need to avoid caffeine before you go to sleep. There are self-care groups, there are supportive groups that you can, join or log into, since we're during COVID, that will help you with everything. But it's just something that helps when you have like a high anxious, high driven person. This may happen to you. So that's my little weekly dose of BS today.
Yeah, it's happened to me.
I'm probably going to have it when I go back home to Naples. It's crazy when it happens. It's not cool at all. It's scary.
Yeah, I remember reading about this study. So back when they started studying brains, they would figure out like how the brain operated by removing components and see what happens. So
Yeah.
they identified the trigeminal something or other cells that inhibit or cause the paralysis. So they took a cat, removed that part of the brain, and let it fall asleep, and it was just acting out its dreams. So it was like, pretending like it was chasing around mice and stuff. It's pretty wild.
That is crazy. How do you remove a brain and let it still be attached and it still works?
Well, they go in with like a fine needle, just, remove the small amount of cells.
Oh, because I was like, I don't think that was a true study, Chris.
Well, it was.
Because I was like, how are they going to move part of somebody's brain and it still like goes?
Well, they do that all the time. That's like, they remove brain tumors and stuff like that.
Well, let me just say, I am already ahead of you, but can we move on to our next segment of Poppin' Bottles?
Please.
Bree
never ask.
is literally on her way to popping her second bottle.
Okay, let's do it.
Yay!
All right. So what's making you so happy over there? What are you drinking?
Oh my goodness. So guys, I am drinking, well, I had to switch. We are in the Jersey Shore, so I'm like, oh, I need a fist pump and like do what the people up here do. And so I started off with rosé at like 12 o'clock. It is now around like the afternoon, so don't judge me about what time I'm drinking. But I'm just finished the bottle, well, not I finished a bottle of Tito's. Between the family, we finished the bottle of Tito's, and we're working on Kettle One right now.
All right. You're getting after it.
Yeah, and I'm drinking it with, of course, bubbly. Not water today because I need a little soda. So we love these like AHA sodas, or they're like sparkling waters. So this one I'm drinking is like a blueberry, like raspberry type one. And then there's another one that's like watermelon lime. They're so refreshing. We get them from Sprouts.
Excellent. Sounds fantastic. So what else we got? Should we introduce?
What are you drinking, Chris?
I'm just back on the Josh cab. Nothing too crazy. Just on special again at Publix.
But that's so boring. Tell me, where is it from? Is it a red? Is it a white? Give me some information, Chris.
It's the Josh Cabernet, so that means red. It's from.
Oh, shut up.
Where's it from? I know it's California. Hopland, California. I don't know where that is. Hints of blackberry, toasted hazelnut, and cinnamon. Oh, I can totally taste that. So anyways, let's go ahead and introduce our first guest. We have Nic Newell. He is a personal trainer extraordinaire. Nic, what's going on? How you doing today?
What's up, Nic?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
Yeah.
We're so excited for you to be on the podcast.
Thank you. I've heard so many good things about it. I wanted to apologize for my mic quality. I am not at home, so I'm using my laptop. So I'm at the office actually, Chris. So we miss you over here.
Oh yeah. Well, hopefully I'll be back there next week.
Lindsay's here actually right now.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So I just had a meeting with her, so we were going over some stuff. But
tell us about what you do, Nic. I know what you do, but tell our audience, what's your occupation? What's your style?
I do a lot. I'm a programming manager at Tricore, mainly a personal trainer. I do online coaching now. Just created a new program called the New You program. So I'm excited for that. And really just trying to hustle and grind, all that good stuff. What's
your mix of online versus in person? Like, are you seeing mostly online clientele now because of COVID?
Because of COVID, yes, big time. It's actually been really mostly online clients, and then very few people are doing in person. But I'm also doing a lot of virtual personal training clients. Mm-hmm. So I'd say 5 or 6 virtual as opposed to 3 in person, and then the rest are online clients. So I just do their programming and they just do all that. How are the online virtual clients responding? Do they seem pretty happy, or are they like, oh, this is just not the same? What's the general surprisingly? That was the initial concern, especially since the whole COVID thing going on. It's like, what's going to happen? Surprisingly, all of my clients love it. Because
it's convenient, right?
Yeah, it's convenient. A lot of them already have gyms that they've built around their house, small little rooms that they've never used. So now they're actually being able to put those gyms to use and to do virtual training. So it's great. They all love it. So, and they might keep doing it after this as well. I've heard them say that too. So
yeah, what's the future of gyms? I mean, are gyms going to have a lot of struggle because of people are like, well, I built a home gym and I got stuff online I can do, and now I know what to do.
I still use my gym because I work out. We're in Jersey, we had a workout this morning with my trainer through FaceTime. Mm-hmm. And it's you still need it because I need someone to push me to do something, but it's just you have to have the weights. Our gym is a home gym. There's only 10 people that use it, but it's just it's easier to just go and not have to go to the gym. I'm lazy. I don't want to drive anywhere. Yeah, so I just go to the gym. She goes on FaceTime. If I want to be slack, I can hide behind the camera and she calls me out. But either way, it still works because I'm there because she makes me accountable.
Well, I wonder if the day of the big, sort of warehouse sized gym is going to die. If the demand decreases, maybe it's the new wave is going to be the smaller boutique gyms. I think there's going to be a demand for, an actual gym because not everyone wants to have 400 pounds of weight in their garage. So there's still going to be, that kind of demand, but probably just not as much. Some people are happy to do body weight training or stuff that they can do with bands in their garage, but there is going to be still some demand, but just not as much. So maybe it's going to be all about the small gym. I don't know.
Absolutely. Maybe. I definitely see an increase in online services, especially when it comes to fitness and even nutrition. I mean, now people are doing nutrition online, recovery online. So you can pretty much do anything online now. And I think that's not going to change. It's pretty much all going to go online eventually. So that's what I think. That's my opinion on that.
So Nic, tell us, do you have a website? Do you have a card? Can you give us some information so that way we can let the listeners know how to reach you?
Yeah, well, I mean, I work with my amazing mentor. His name's Chris, also Chris Edwards. So Chris
There's
Ellis.
so many Chris's in my
I
life.
know there's Chris's everywhere. So, and then I work for Tricore Wellness. It's a health and wellness company. So we do private wellness, online training, all that good stuff, blood analysis. We pretty much do everything. And I do have a card. You can reach me, nick@tricorewellness.com for my email. I mean, you can follow me, Instagram, Nicholas Newell, all that good stuff. And then I guess just check me out and I can help you get strong.
That sounds
and all that
I
good
like
stuff,
it.
you know? Also,
We
I
will
wanna-
definitely.
Nick, spell your
Tell me
name.
something.
Spell your first and last name for the
Oh, yeah,
listeners.
spell your
okay.
name.
NICOLASNEWELL, Nicholas Newell. So.
And guys, we're gonna put this on our Instagram page, so don't worry. We'll have all of his blah 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 blah, all of his information, and we'll do a little picture of Nicholas Newell, so that way y'all can see what he looks like.
Ooh.
That way he's not like a creeper trying to follow you. To be able to know and understand. Sounds like
yeah.
Oh, for this podcast, it's _POPPIN_bottles.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Yep. Oh, I already follow you guys.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great. Yeah, I know.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I said I've been very excited to get on the podcast. You know, we were trying to do it last week, but times just didn't work out. But it's great. So I didn't have my wine with me. I'm not a wine guy, though. I'm really not.
It's okay. I'm drinking vodka because I'm on a diet. So Chris knows I fluctuate between wine and vodka.
I just read a study where it was people who drank 2 glasses of red wine in particular was associated with weight loss, not weight gain, as opposed to
That's
every other drink.
Because they only drink 2 glasses. The issue is when I drink a bottle of red wine, it does not help with my weight loss. So I just drink the vodka because there's no carbs.
Well, I just love red wine.
And I get drunk quicker.
I'm constantly like scavenging articles for red wine.
You're like trying to like defend your point.
Yeah.
So Nick, I just wanted to let you know we have decided to do 2 new things, which we started last week. One is like the best happy hours or restaurants you should go to in Naples. And then the second one is a feeling good category, which we are so excited to start. We feel like with COVID in 2020 in general, everything has been so depressing and sad. So we want to add another segment to the podcast to give like our listeners like an uplift or something to like be like, you know what, the world isn't so bad. So before we get started, common sense questions. Are you smarter than a PT or a nurse practitioner?
Probably not. You guys are up there.
I get half these wrong. Trust me. These are
you and Chris are up against each other.
Oh shit.
The first one is question number 1. Is it legal for a person living in Texas to be buried in Pennsylvania?
I want to say yes.
Hey, repeat the question.
No, don't. Is it legal for a person? Wait, you messed me up.
I know the answer. I know it. I know it.
You Googled it. You can't Google this, Chris. That's not fair.
No, I'm not. I swear. I didn't Google it.
If you have this knowledge somewhere in your head, I got some questions for you.
No, I just because I've noticed the tonality of her questions are really more mind teasers than they are. Like they don't have anything to do with intelligence.
Does have anything to do with intelligence?
They're usually wordplay. So the question was: is it legal for someone living in Texas to be buried?
To be buried in Pennsylvania?
And the answer is no. It's not legal to bury anybody alive.
There you go.
Oh, okay. We're doing that. Okay.
I'm so proud of you.
Well, it's been weeks of you hitting me over the head with these, so I finally got it.
Okay.
It makes your brain think. I'm so proud.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
We already did this one. Let's see. The next question is.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Okay.
Baba.
Baba's like, what is going on?
I'll cut this out.
All right, guys. Our next question is, what is the world's most populous country? And I don't know this. I feel like I know what it is. Oh, I know what it is now. Oh, would you like some A, B, C, D?
Is that included?
Yes. So, what is the world's most populous country? A, the United States. B, India. C, I put 2 up for C. C is China, and D is Russia.
All right, Nick, you want to go first?
I want to say China, but I'm going to go with India. I don't know. Populous has the most population. Is that the question?
Yeah, the most population.
Yeah, I definitely think it's between India and China. Well, if you want India, I'll go China.
All right, I'm going to give you a hint. Beijing is the capital.
China.
Oh. China.
China's the answer. All right.
So, Bree, we got to work on your hints. That was way too easy of a hint.
I mean, the hints is not from me. It's from the internet. The internet gave you that hint.
All right.
You know I don't know questions like these. My question would be like, Chris, how many calories is in Tito's vodka?
And it was 70, right, from last week?
It's 69. No, it's actually 70. You're correct. All right. So the next question is, are low-fat foods usually better for you than regular foods?
Oh. All right. Nick, you want to handle that one or you want me to?
No, I went first last time. That's all you.
No.
This is a yes or no question, so it's easy. Yes or no?
No.
No. I'm going to go with no. I'm going to go with Chris's answer.
Ding, 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 ding. The answer is no. And the reason why behind this is, while low-fat foods are always lower in fat, companies usually replace the fat with sugar or artificial flavorings. This means many of these foods are not good on your diet as they are marketed to be.
Yeah.
Do you remember
the whole Olestra thing back in the two decades ago? They replaced fat with Olestra.
Chris, did you say, wait, did you say 2 decades ago?
Yeah.
Do you realize I would have been 14?
Well, you were probably eating these chips and shit.
Probably was.
Because that's what
you
they
forget,
did.
I'm
They
younger
caused
than
diarrhea.
you. I was 14. I was like, I may be old for some people, but you, I feel comfortable with.
An old man.
Don't they do that with peanut butter all the time? They're like high protein peanut butter, and then you look at the fat
Yes.
content, and it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
there's not a lot.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right, here's the last and final question, boys. For the win, which of these colors is warm? A, blue. B, purple. C, black. D, red.
Well,
Red
what do they
for
mean
warm.
by warm? Like the way it feels, like, or they talk.
Well, warm.
Physics?
There are warm colors. There are cold colors. You don't know that?
Yeah, but it depends on how you're looking at it. We're talking about like emotionally, like if you paint your room red, it's
We're talking
warm.
about like everyday people, not like, let's not get into like science and stuff, but
Okay.
everyday people. Which color is warm?
Like when I think of blue, I think of ocean, cold, sky. That's a cold color. Blue's a cold color. You got it.
Yep. Blue's gone.
Well, purple's just like a little bit less blue. So, and black is
My heart.
it's got to be red. I mean,
It's got to be red.
The answer is red.
Yeah.
Yay!
That
Good
was easy.
job. Good job. Correct. Red is a warm tone. Other warm tones include yellow, pink, and orange.
All right. I was about to go nerdy about, as a planet is approaching, it's one color. As it's leaving, it's a different color.
Season.
All right. Anyways, what else we got? We doing restaurants this week?
We're doing restaurants this week. Give me a restaurant in Naples that you went to and you love.
Okay.
Have you guys been to the Yard House yet?
I have.
Yes.
I dig I like the atmosphere. Good
All the
service.
beers.
Yep, the beers. Decent food too. So I'd say the
I
new.
always get their chicken nachos.
Oh yeah.
It's big and it's a lot of calories. So don't look at the calories. Just
Yeah,
eat
yeah.
them and enjoy them.
Do you guys know what Nashville hot fried is?
No,
Like a
I don't.
style. Like Nashville
I
hot fried
do.
chicken is a thing. I've never had it, but it's supposedly amazing. Because I heard like a whole NPR podcast on Nashville hot fried chicken. And
Wow.
since then, anytime a restaurant has anything with that on the menu, I get it. And they have something, I want to say it was a calamari, like Nashville hot fried calamari. And it was awesome.
Ooh,
Yeah. So,
that sounds good.
yes, I like that at the Yard House.
Spicy seasoning.
My restaurant of the week is Seoul, Korean food. It opened up.
We went there before.
Did you and I? Like, did we go together? Or you went with
Me,
Mike?
you, Juliana, and Mike, and the kids too.
Oh, that's
think.
right.
Or did
Okay.
we try to go and it was closed?
Oh, yes, that's what it was. We drove up, it was closed, and we went somewhere else. That's right.
See, I was trying to.
Anyways, I love Korean food. One of my best friends growing up was Korean, so I've always had a thing for Korean food. And it's hard to find that here in Naples. There's only one other place in town I know of that does like a little bit of everything. And this place is just Korean. It's got almost that country style feel to it. Oh man, it's delicious. Gotta check
I
it
gotta
out.
check it out.
Yeah, it's on Pine Ridge. They opened up probably not even a year before pandemic, so I hope they survive this storm.
Yeah. Please.
What do you got, Bree? You got a restaurant for us?
This week in Naples, I honestly don't have a restaurant, but there's a restaurant up here in Jersey on the Jersey Shore that we went to. Apparently, there's a thing called like Jersey subs, where it's like you pile on ham, turkey, salami, pepperoni, cheese, more ham, turkey, pepperoni, cheese, lettuce, tomato. I have never had a sub so big in my life. Like I only had like a quarter of it and I was finished because I was so full.
Well,
so his name is Nino.
Oh.
Nino's subs around the corner was amazing and I'm so happy I got a chance to try it.
Because there is that chain, Jersey Mike's, and I think it's got the same style.
Oh yeah, Jersey Mike's, but I don't think it's as big as this. I feel like this is like a origin type of thing. But Mike loves Jersey Mike's, and he's from Jersey, so there must be something to it.
Have you guys been to Slicers?
I love Slicers. I go there at least twice a week when I'm at work.
You get the Doritos, all the whole works on the sandwich.
No, Nick, because I'm trying to get skinny for my wedding, so I can't have the Doritos. I have to get a salad or a lettuce wrap.
Oh my gosh.
It's not as fun, but just wait.
Wait
till I'm pregnant and I can eat whatever I want.
Oh yeah.
Then I won't get them Doritos and sandwiches.
Two sandwiches on that menu I love. The Jedi and the Pastor.
Oh, the Jedi, yep.
The Jedi's on the secret menu. The Pastor is like a chicken salad sub wrapped in roast beef.
Oh my
Fantastic.
Oh.
It's awesome.
I've been there one time actually. I've only been in that place one time.
Yeah. Good spot.
It's a great.
Well, guys, I
Is it
hate
time?
to break it to you. We're going to wrap it up with our last good vibes section that we are introducing today. So I was like Googling a couple of things. I'm like, what do we want to talk about? What's inspirational? I like inspirational stuff because it reminds me that I need to get off my ass and go work out. So the Today Show spoke about pets. And this one pet, he's a swimmer with his blind owner. So a blind teenager swimmer and guide dog makes perfect pair for the Paralympics. I think this is amazing. Her name is Anastasia. She's representing the USA in the 2021 Paralympics in Tokyo with her guide dog, Radar, by her side. So they swim together and they go through, she does her little motions with the time and everything, and he's right there with her. She first got Radar at the age of 14. He's a Labrador Retriever. And after 2 months, she lost her vision. It doesn't say how she did it, but it was gone after 2 months after turning the age of 14. So Radar is swimming there right along with her. They are having the best time. If you look on the Today Show, they have more information on it. But I think that's really cool that a dog and this owner is like loving each other and they're having like special time together and being in the water. I think that's crazy that she can do that because I hate swimming. But like like it's amazing to me. So check this article out. Like I said, it's on the Today Show app, and give them likes and high fives. I like reading about inspirational things because it just shows like no matter what your issue that you may be going through in life, there's always something brighter to look forward to.
Absolutely. I just say that the name Radar for that dog is like super cool and super perfect.
On spot. Isn't that so cute?
He is the radar. He is the app.
Nice.
So
cool. I have a happy headline too, if you want to hear it.
You do? Yeah, of course.
So in June, Phyllis and John Cook got married. What's special about that? They're in their 100s.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
But tell them why it's also so special.
Phyllis said, I'll tell you right now, I'm young when I get in bed at night. I want somebody there.
Look at that. That's so cute. And it just shows that it's never too late to find love.
Yeah. So yeah, he's 100, she's 102. And I guess she's got good genes. Her mother lived to be 106. So, hey, that's awesome. They both had spouses, 2 spouses each that both have died. So they're still,
that's a true love
still
story.
getting at it.
They're still getting at it. Those people in the nursing home.
I have some news.
Tell me.
It doesn't fit the program right now. It's a little sad.
Oh.
But I think everybody should know. Dwayne Johnson and his family have COVID.
I saw that. All of them, right? I know.
The whole family. And he's still as big as ever.
He's still as big as ever. You know what? What my point of view about Dwayne Johnson and the COVID is, they caught it. They're young enough that they can fight it. And then they'll all be better. And then they can all come to my wedding because I invited them.
Oh, absolutely. You told me.
Well, if anybody could beat it, it's probably him.
Yeah, right. Well, Nick, thank you so much for coming on to the podcast today. It was amazing having you on. We enjoyed it.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun, and I hope to be on again.
Of course.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll definitely link to all your social information in the show notes. What else, Bree? What else we got?
I think that's it, Chris.
Well, you enjoy your 17th kettle soda.
Looking it up.
And I'm in bed drinking, guys. Like, I'm so lazy.
Gotta go out.
I was like, I'm gonna take a quick nap after.
I was just gonna say, I see a nap in your future.
Drink some water. You don't wake up.
Oh, I woke up this morning. I was like, I'm drinking 3 bottles of water right now because I know I'm gonna be drinking alcohol the rest of the day. So I was like, I've already prepared my body for the damage that I'm going to do. But I'm so excited. So guys, please don't forget to subscribe and like us also. So we're on Google Play, we're on Spotify, we are on iTunes. And Chris, what's the other thing we got on recently?
We're now everywhere. I think everywhere you can find a podcast, we're on it. So
perfect. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, there is another podcast with the same name. We're the one with the bottle of wine on the cover.
And the fruit around it.
Yes.
We're the cool one. So find us, like us, subscribe to us, and then don't forget to go on the Instagram page and DM us. And then if I ask a poll, answer. We love interaction. If you ask me a question, I will totally put it on the podcast the next time. And our link for Instagram is _POPPIN_bottles. Send us a message, send us a little DM, and I will follow you back if you want us to follow you. We're just happy to have you out there listening to us.
All right. On that note, let's wrap it up. This is DJ Dr. Chris.
And it's your favorite nurse practitioner, Bree. Make
sure to get your sleep, and thank you to Nic Newell. Take care. See you guys next week.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bye-bye.